And the thing is, if you are on Pulsechain or if you are within our community, you don't have to like meme coins, but meme coins are coming to Pulsechain. You don't have to like NFTs, but NFTs are coming to Pulsechain. So trying to deter people because it's not necessarily something that you like within crypto, within DeFi, that's not the right mentality to have because this is a blockchain. This isn't a smart contract anymore. And blockchains are successful when they have mass adoption, when they have utility, when they have communities that are adopting them. So the SHIB community coming to Pulsechain, SHIB could thrive on Pulsechain. Decentraland could thrive on Pulsechain because the ETH gas fees have absolutely crippled their whole entire application where Pulsechain gives them a place to thrive. Not liking projects is one thing, but not wanting to be inclusive with those projects within our community is a different thing because this community is about to blow up. The Pulsechain community is about to quadruple in size overnight, and I don't think people are quite ready for it. But in my opinion, I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see where Pulsechain goes, and I definitely can't wait to see what applications adopt it. Like our partnership with Multichain, for instance, it's a multi-billion-dollar company that's coming to Pulsechain that has millions of users and a lot of eyeballs on them that are going to put Pulsechain on their front page. And they're going to announce that they're just integrated with Pulsechain. You know, it's about to become something that is massive, and I think we need to be inclusive and accepting of other people. You don't have to like something, you don't have to invest in it, and you don't have to promote it, but it doesn't mean that it's not there because it is there and it is coming, and Pulsechain's going to be full of absolutely everything.
Yeah, I just want to come from the meme coin side of things and just give you guys some statistics. What's coming to Pulsechain? Over 50% of volume on Ethereum is actually through meme coins. I don't know the statistic, but I would say over 70% on BNB is through meme coins. Best believe that same percentage is going to be on Pulsechain until we find the one utility coin that changes the world and the real world comes into this ecosystem. I'm calling that yes, Pulsechain will have a lot of meme coins coming over. And that's where the volume will come through because it's the history in all of blockchain till this day has been through meme coins, and they will experiment on Pulsechain. I know that for a fact. So best believe in the beginning, in the short term, in the medium term, majority of the volume on Pulsechain will likely be from meme coins. Just wanted to throw that out there.
And one of the things I'd like to point out is that, when opportunity happens, when there are cheaper places to build, people take that opportunity and they go there and they're going to build. If because someone objects to them building over there is a problem, that seems kind of very strange, in a way, because they're going to go. It's going to happen. Like Moon King said, it's going to happen. They're going to be built. So why? I guess I'm trying to understand why is there like a need for saying we got to be kumbaya. We gotta give everybody a pat on the head and the cookie and say, yeah, come on in, guys. The cookies are great. Look, if a project proves itself, then it proves itself. It's going to, right? Hex survived the greatest of scrutiny, the greatest of gatekeeping. And it turned out to be one of the top performing assets of all times, right? And even with all of that resistance, it was still able to do it. So it's like I don't like preemptive excuses, when and it's open source software. Everyone can build. No one can stop you. My opinion doesn't matter. Anybody else's opinion doesn't matter. You just go over there and you build. It's kind of weird that community members get attacked because maybe they don't like something. Well, they're not allowed to have an opinion. They're not allowed to decide that, well, that's not for me. I don't like it. I wouldn't mess with it. I wouldn't be allowed to say that. That's kind of odd. So, I mean, there's both ends of the spectrum here, right? I get it. Nobody wants to come into a community where everybody's throwing stones and attacking them. But I mean, if you're building something that has merit, why do you care what some random person on the internet has to say about it, regardless of their standing in the community?
I think it comes from, Johnny, is that the hierarchical structure of what I don't think it's a matter of the community per se, because people are going to build where they want to build, like you said. But I think it's more of the hierarchical perspective of how vehemently people follow Richard Hart's opinion. And when you have someone like Richard in Twitter Spaces that says very coherently and very directly that I don't want anything or barely anything built on Pulsechain, it raises questions on where the presumption of adoption comes from for a layer one, as it's a very distinctive difference than a product like Hex. And I think that causes some subtle sense of alienation that could lead to projects going somewhere else. And again, this is not a community thing. I think community has become very receptive of new projects. And I think that the community is realizing that just they can be welcoming to one project, but not have to buy it. Hell, every single project I've interviewed, I haven't sacrificed for any of them. So I don't think it's one or the other, but I think when you have a very hierarchical perception and people venerate that perception on the basis of what one man says in the entire
But
community.
it doesn't matter though, Corey. Even Richard can't stop you from building on Pulse.
You're right. I agree.
So I mean, it doesn't matter. Richard's opinion, once he launches it, it doesn't matter. And there's always going to be people that are going to follow somewhere. Everybody, the majority of people are looking for someone brighter than them to follow so that they don't have to take responsibility for their own decisions. And they can just say, I'm just going to do what this person says.
Agree.
And it much better be Richard than some of the other influencers out there that, just grind people up in the meat grinder. So,
yes.
The default scam thing, if people have done that and they ended up with Bitcoin maximalists because they fell into that default scam thing, because most things do not work out. And it saved them a lot of money, because if you are diversified in all of these different things and, most of them fail, that's a lot of money that you could have put into something else that has backing behind it. So, but the problem is, Richard is not God. Okay.